Eighth play of the drive. Steelers lead the Bengals 7-0. Burrow, play action. That ball gets knocked up in the air. Incomplete. T.J. Watt. Motion man Higgins. Oh, blown up by Watt. What's going to happen from a defensive perspective and then nailing it? T.J. Watt just did it.
Yeah, that was one where he had a full read on the play, and at the snap, he just went ahead and committed to it. Felt it was going to be a run to his side, and before La'el Collins came over from Dallas, 3-year, $21 million deal. They added Kappa, Karras, Volson. And it's Watt again! T.J. Watt on the turnover. Pittsburgh is back. Rat-a-tat-tat. Turnovers by the Bengals. Another ball smothered by the Steelers. What a first half defensive performance this has been. Motion man is Boyd. Burrow steps up and he's dumped. T.J. Watt got a running start. Lost his helmet. Sack of the day for the Pittsburgh defense. And they're trying to run what they call a trap pass, meaning the guard pulls and ends up blocking to the opposite side. Cordell Volson, the rookie out of North Dakota State.
First and goal, inside the one. Handed off, Mixon, blown up, and a loss on the play. T.J. Watt.
Give to Alvin Kamara to begin the day. He gets swallowed up, and T.J. Watt is right in the thick of things. Third and long yet again for the Saints. They converted their last one. Dalton running out of time. And he gets caught up to by T.J. Watt to shut down the drive.
And it just instantly makes this one of the top defensive front fours in the National Football League.
On 2nd and 6, play fake this time, and Burrow throws, and that one appeared to have been tipped as it left his hand. It'll be 3rd and 6.
For them, it's really about taking away the deep ball and the big ball from offenses.
Nowhere to go for Burrow. That's Alex Highsmith.
Highsmith on one side. He's going to go up and under, and then watch Watt play off of Collins. So Highsmith is going to get the original pressure, and then you got T.J. Watt. He's going to work on Collins to the other side. And then they're able to finish on Burrow.
A 39-yard punt despite the penalty. Pretty good field position for the Bengals as they get started on this drive. This is Piron. Left side. And just down to the 45-yard line. Burrow.
Oh, did
T.J. Watt, did he pick that? Oh, my goodness. What a job by T.J. Watt.
This is going to be one of the best interceptions, Greg, that you'll ever see. But look at this. I don't even know how you possibly do that. That is one of the best plays by a defensive lineman I think I have ever seen in all my years of playing or watching football. Just incredible.
Joe Burrow can't believe it.
No, he can't believe it.
A 7-game losing streak to the Steelers. In doing so is Ryan. For the rookie Woods, that is, I guess, a catch. The ball came out.
Will be in there, a rookie out of Texas A&M on the line. 3rd and 9. Brown crumbling pocket, down he goes. What? At the 12.
Kevin, as we're getting ready to snap that ball, be smart with the football. If you're Anthony Brown, tough situation to be in. 3rd and long. Can't hear anything because of the crowd noise. Don't force the football. He did take the sack.
This is a 3rd and 10. Hubbard under pressure, and he's going to go down. That's T.J. Watt.
He's like, I'm going to make you talk about me. There he is. Working on Taylor Moton on that right side. And for an offensive line that really has done a great job against this wide receiver core, and it looks as if they're doing the same thing on this play.
Darnold looking several ways, and he can't get rid of it. He goes down just inside the 15-yard line.
Darnold is looking over here, but watch how this is played, and then you're going to get a double coverage on the top route. There's nobody there, and then that relentless pressure up front.
The current Raiders are up 7 here in Pittsburgh. Carr, another tip ball.
So, Bucci, what are those busts saying? Is John saying?
Only on NFL Network. Carr hands off to Jacobs, and he's taken down by T.J. Watt.
Winnie's back, coming here off the edge, winning the one-on-one. You see the great dip right there to get underneath the tackle. Exactly what this Steelers.
The game's first down for Baltimore. It's no gain on that one, as Robinson was part of the party to stop Dobbins. Ricard in motion. It's a first down run inside. It was almost nowhere. Maybe an official yard for Gus Edwards, and T.J. Watt comes up with the tackle.
He went in, asked for it to have it done, and man, has he been a different player.
He's out. Gus Edwards is in. Huntley's got T.J. Watt.
There's a reason why Tom Brady steps up in the pocket. He looks like he was shot out of a cannon around the end of this line of scrimmage, and it was just no question. And TJ was telling us the other day that, you know, it's bizarre, but for the first time, I'm starting to feel whole again.
Almost in field goal range as they take over.
Speaking of taking over.
Ready, go. Watson can't get away and goes down. Back at the 39-yard line, T.J. Watt, Cameron Hayward, the two big guns on defense.
He's been able to hold up pretty well, considering we haven't really said T.J. Watt's name too much in this game.
This is Chubb, and Chubb not able to go anywhere. Speaking of T.J. Watt.
You really want to get into a passing situation and let those guys get after your quarterback for the rest of the game.
Watson can't get away.
They knew coming into this game. Wow, look at Watt bends the corner, and then